Well, we still people have settling in here to both in person and on Zoom. Definitely one of the new things we're getting used to. We should be used to it by now, right? But I want to thank everybody in real life. We're here. We're at a in person meeting for football, so that's pretty dang cool compared to where we were 1 year ago today. So that's a real blessing, and obviously we're pretty optimistic here about the season. So what we want to do tonight is our intention is to give you guys a roadmap of where we're going, lay out how you can help our young people in the program grow and do their football thing, and then take the lessons that we learn here off the field as well. So the one thing I always start with is, a lot of the signage that we use, the hashtags and all that stuff. We talk about One Eagle all the time, and it can be kind of cliche, but it's everything that we're about here is a we focused mentality, an other focused mentality, because no matter how good the very best player is on the team, that one singled out individual does not help the team by themselves. It takes 10 guys on the field along with that one individual, and fundamentally it takes 100 some odd individuals to make this work. And we're talking way more about than just this football. We have a lot of things going on in our program, but I wanted to give everybody the most information that we can possibly get, and then be here to answer questions both online and in person as we move forward with this thing. So again, what does One Eagle mean? It's when a group of individuals choose to come together as a football family that focuses on the we over the me. I'm really big on this. I'm big on the fact that we're a bunch of individuals with our own family last names. We have our own family heritages. We see the world in a billion different ways, but we choose to come together and we're orange and black on Friday nights. And I think that's pretty cool. That's the most powerful part about this place, is the many different individuals that come together and work together. So when we say One Eagle, it's not just an empty thing. It means quite a bit. It has value added to it. So what are we doing as One Eagle? Well, tomorrow starts our summer camp. For us, this is practice day one. The reason that we don't call it just practice day one is because ASAA only lets you start counting practices. 14 days out from your first game, practice days. So these are practices. They're technically not mandatory, all that stuff that you hear from off season. But this is where we start to install the plays. So this is the beginning. This is day one for us. What's going to go on in that camp? It's going to be uppers, so helmet, shoulder pad, and we're going to be going through the install of the playbook and the skills that the players will need into the season. We're 4:30 to 7, which is going to be a time slot more or less through the whole season. Other teams utilize our field after school up till 4:30. So generally speaking, we'll be 4:30 to 7. When school kicks up, we will have the nest open. We'll have study hall, and we'll have different activities for guys to participate in. They might go get a bite to eat, all those things. We'll organize that getting closer to that time period. But between 4:30 and 7 is kind of that football block. That will include everything from lifting and meetings and all of that put together. So 4:30 to 7 moving forward, kind of put that in the brain as when we do football at West. Official practice then would begin next Wednesday. And the difference between tomorrow and next Wednesday is that tomorrow you just need to be started on Planet High School, and we'll go over that tonight. By next Wednesday, you have to be fully completed with Planet High School to step on the field. And we'll go over Planet High School right now. So what's Planet High School? For those of you who've been around, we've now gone through this a little bit. But Planet High School is available on the school district website. I always just I'm sure there's an easy way to find it, but the easiest way I go is just to ASD's website, and I just type in Planet High School. And the first link is high school participation, and here it is. You can also go to planethighschool.com. Here's the other modes of registering. This is the easiest thing. And you will follow those directions. You'll sign up, and you just have to start your sign up to be at camp tomorrow. There's a few things. You'll need a physical, payment, all that stuff is on there. We'll talk about that momentarily. But the Planet High School can be found there, and everybody has to start their account tomorrow. That's all we need. Say that you want to play football for West on that. That gets you into tomorrow's camp. And then, if there's any gear issues for camp, we're going to be open 2 to 3:30 tomorrow for any type of gear issues. Today should have taken care of that, but we'll go from there. All right, registration and fees. How do we get our kids signed up and going for football? So registration is on Planet High School, and then payments through Parent Connect on the ASD website, on the Q, I believe is what you guys see it as. Football costs $350 at West. It costs a little different at every school. Some schools charge more. I think we probably are towards the bottom end of what we charge for football. 150 of that is a team fee, and that's just so that we can actually have a gear and a season. ASD funds a little bit, but nowhere near what our budget is when it comes to gear and team meals and the shirts and the shorts and all that stuff. So 150 of that, there's no waiver for. 200 of that can be waived. The waiver process is kind of weird. They basically are, if you're apply for and receive free and reduced lunch, you will most likely receive the waiver. But the problem is that form won't be available until after we start. So the office told us to go ahead, sign up, do the 150 team fee, apply for free and reduced lunch. Starting August 1st is when that free and reduced lunch comes up. And then should you get the waiver, you'll be notified, and then the $200 waiver is good to go. So that's the nuts and bolts for registration. Planet High School is where you do all the typing in information, inputting the physical, all that. Overall cost is $350. $150 is paid. There's no waiver for that. There's $200, which is the school fee, or the ASD fee. I'm sorry, ASD fee. That will be available for waiver on August 1st. And of course, we start before that. So that's why it gets tricky. COVID. Let's talk COVID really quick. As of today, if it has been 2 weeks since your final vaccination, ASD does not consider you to be a close contact. So, for example, if Coach Davis's wife gets COVID, she doesn't. This is fully an example, by the way. If Coach Davis's wife gets COVID, a vaccinated Coach Davis is not considered a close contact, and I can continue my football duties. So I'm not saying this one way or the other. I know that there's strong feelings on the vaccination. All I'm saying is that the way ASD views this thing, if you're vaccinated and you're next to somebody that is a confirmed COVID case, you can continue to play football as it stands today. That is not how it was last year, as we know. That close contact thing was actually how many teams had their guys, lost many of their guys, whether or not they had COVID or not. So just put that out there as far as the ASD policy on vaccination and what that looks like and how that potentially affects football. All right, next thing. So we have a few things that we need your help in for running this whole deal. First of all, is if you have anybody that runs a business or be interested in sponsoring the football squad, we have the business sponsorship program that the school helps us run. Basically, I don't know if you guys saw the senior photo that went up. That's kind of our signage for this first part of the season, and we can put people's businesses up right there that are willing to help us out. Also, there'll be a space for a stadium banner. If they don't have one, we can help get one made. Also, we'll do social media advertising. We release a paper roster every week. That will be advertised. So if you know of anybody who is part of a business that wants to get in on supporting West and everything West, there it is. They can contact me. How can you guys most help? Well, we're going to go through the calendar and kind of just look at the season really quick here and kind of give like a general roadmap to where we are now and where we're going to be at the end of October. But the biggest things coming up for parent volunteers is July 31st. We're going to be doing our Gold Card Blitz. We'll have stations. It sounds like we have cars confirmed, but we need adults at those stations, coaches, parents, anybody to help the guys sell the cards. We give them a little training spiel about how to sell cards. We kind of go over some of the social cues and things to consider so that we're well representing our school. Also, we might get a new cigar. We're working on that. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we've had it in the past. And then if you have any contacts of a business storefront that would let us sell cards, let us know. That's for July 31st. We might have a car wash. The problem is the school's under construction right now. And so we don't know and it's the water lines that they're constructing. So we may not have water to do the car wash. We think we'll be able to do it over in Roaming parking lot, but the goal will be to do a car wash also on that July 31st day. That's an official practice day, So we actually spend one day knocking out all our business so that we can have that done and move on. The other thing that we need parent help for is the snack shack. So the snack shack is a big part of how we are able to support our program. We have shifts for varsity and JV parents. We will never have a parent that has a kid on the field working a snack shack, our concession stand over here. And this is only for home games. So if you are interested in helping out and you're a varsity parent, want to help JV, man, we can really use your help on that. And then the river side of that as well. If you are a JV parent who can help out varsity and help run that snack shack, we are really looking for help there. The other thing we're going to do is bring back team meals. We're going to meet the night before every single varsity game. Usually varsity and JV are the same night. We'll take a look at the schedule here, and we'll have it'll be part of practice. Players expected to be here. We're going to do a team meal, and there will be more than just food. We're going to do some, we'll be talking about our culture and our team bonding, if you will be a big part of that evening. And parents are invited to that, obviously, and we would love, if anybody is willing to help with some of the team meals, please get a hold of me. We'll talk about that. We can also usually help if you want to be a filmer. Always need people that want to help film, whether it's film practice, film games. Let us know. We'll definitely put you to work on that. Any questions right now for anything related to volunteering before I dive into the whole season schedule here real quick? If you have them on the chat, go and put those in too. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through the calendar. If you have a question, interrupt me from here on out at any point. Say like, whoa, what's going on? But I just want to let everybody know what's going on and how the season works so everybody feels comfortable with it. We are right here. We're at the parent meeting on Tuesday the 20th. We've checked out gear. If your student athlete's missing helmet, shoulders, practice jersey, pants, girdle, knee pads, belt, we will be here tomorrow between 2 and 3:30 in the nest, dishing those out. But here we are. Here's our summer camp. Again, you just have to be signed up for Planet High School tomorrow to attend this. There's nothing Saturday, Sunday this weekend. Monday, Tuesday, some coaches will be running meetings, more varsity. They'll be running some position meetings those days. There's no physical training on those days, and those days are dedicated for really our coaching staff to make sure everybody's signed up properly before we get to Wednesday. Can't put an ineligible player on the field. That would put the whole team in jeopardy. So that's really what we do on Monday, Tuesday. Coaches are just fine-tooth combing. Hey, this guy's missing physical or whatever. So the ask is that if you start your sign-up process tomorrow on Planet High School, if you can be finished by Monday, because that's when coaches will be looking at that list and finding anything that's missing. Wednesday the 28th, two-step foot on the practice field. We have to be 100% signed up on Planet High School. As you can see, their practices, again, that 4:30 to 7 o'clock time slot, and we roll through there. Practice number 4 is Saturday the 31st. That's going to be that card blitz day. We're selling cards, and we are hopefully car washing, weather, and water main dependent. Looking into the season now, going into August. Now, as we go farther into the season, things get wishy-washier on details because, as we found out last year, you can't assume anything. We have the first week of practice. After that first week of practice, we go into the Orange and Black week, and the Orange and Black week is where we do an intra-squad scrimmage. It is free. All levels participate. It's like a game. We have the music going. We have an announcer. Everybody in the program. It's kind of a celebration of all things West football. It's a bit of a football party. It's a lot of fun, and so that's a big deal for us. Nobody else does it quite like we do it, and I'm proud of that. It's a cool deal. So we have practice all week, and then Orange and Black game kicks off Friday the 6th at 5 p.m. The following Saturday, we'll be doing a community cleanup or picture day. We're still waiting on the confirmation of picture day. We might do picture day that day. We are still waiting on confirmation from them. The next week, this is where we get into a pretty normal week to some degree. We play at Bartlett week 1, August 14th. You can see the practice times there. You can see the CJV varsity schedule. It's all at Bartlett game 1. Week 2, we're back here at the Nest. C team, you now break off on your own schedule to some degree against Service. and they play that Wednesday. So any freshmen on the call, you'll be playing Wednesday the 18th against Service will be your second game of the season. Juneau travels to us. CJV will be combined for that game due to Juneau not bringing up a full C team. Week 4, we play South at South. C plays Wednesday. So you can kind of see that the pregame dinners will be these Friday nights moving forward. And then we go into September. We have Diamond. East is our homecoming. And then week 7, we will travel to Lathrop. And we are not 100% on how many teams we're traveling. We'll have that information to you ASAP, freshman parents. So we need to figure out if Lathrop, what their numbers are, if they have a C team. And then if they don't, if we can find another game for the C team. That's still in flux. Yes, sir. As far as I know, well, we don't know that yet. We're hoping Bartlett has a C team. They used to, historically. It could be. So historically, Service has not had a C team. We're hoping they do. Juneau is one of those games where we'll combine. South most certainly will have a C team. I can't imagine them not. Diamond should have a C team. East will have a C team. And then, again, we're waiting on week 7 with Lathrop to figure that situation out. Colony will have a C team, although one's not scheduled there. I got to figure out why not. I got to imagine they will. And so we will figure out what the situation with Colony. That is the season. Varsity goes on to the playoffs the following week, and we go from there. The question, by the way, was C team games. What do we do when they don't have a game? We usually combine them with JV. But ideally, as soon as registration on Planet High School occurs in the next week, coaches start calling other coaches and finding out who has C teams, and we find a way to get all those guys games. We don't want to leave any games on the table. Last year, C team, if you're a sophomore in the room, you know C team had 2 games. And that's a super unfortunate thing. We don't want that to happen again. So we'll make sure, regardless, C team will be part of the whole program and all that stuff that we do. Does anybody have any questions? It's 6:18. I tried to get done with this fairly quickly, but I wanted to be here to answer questions if anybody had any. Anybody online too, just type it in the chat if you do. Yeah, so this will go up. This will all go up on YouTube, and as soon as I hit end and upload, this will be on YouTube for you guys to take a look at. If you have any questions, and the biggest things, if I had to boil this meeting down to the biggest things, is understand how to register on Planet High School and Parent Connect. Know the ASD's stance on COVID. If you have a business partner that'd be willing, boy, we could really use you and help on that. And then volunteers, we really, one of the things here is we want to partner with you as parents, and this is an opportunity for us to all be part of something together. Even though your son is kind of going off and growing into a young man as they go on the field by themselves. There's no coaches on the field with them like you see in the Pop Warner levels and stuff like that. We also want to recognize you as parents are going on a journey too. Some of you have been on a journey with us before, so it's good to see some parents back. Anyhow, no, but we're really excited. Ooh, I just got a bunch of questions. I wasn't paying attention. How many people are allowed inside the gates? Great question. As far as we know, it's full go, but I don't want to say that and be wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm thinking that's going to be good. I think we're going to be back to full normal with the recommendation that if you're not vaccinated, to be masked up. That's my guess, but I can't 100% say that for certainty. Coach, is there a capacity for visitors during games? I think that's kind of the same question. We should be able to have fans in the stands. We will have it streaming online as well for ideal. We all know that it was not the highest quality. Many of you experienced that last year. We're working on making that work better this year. So we do have a way to stream things. At what time will the nest be open tomorrow? 2 to 3:30 for anybody that needs any of the gear I mentioned. Helmet, shoulder pads, practice jersey, pants, girdle, knee pads, belt. There we go. All right. Well, y'all, I appreciate you coming out on a rainy night. This will be up. I appreciate everybody for checking the Remind. The Remind is kind of like the thing that's sending all this information out. But if you have any questions, I'll be here to answer those afterwards. Otherwise, thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. Bye, Zoom World. Zoom World, I'm here for another second or two if you have something you want to type in. What's that?
I'm going to reach out to Seminary.
Okay, awesome.
I'll reach out. They usually work doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Actually, God reached out to me. So,
It sounded good. He said it just...
He asked me to do one more thing. I guess.
Okay.
So the physical,
Yes.
the one last year, it won't be
18 months. So when did he get it?
last year during the season.
He probably is okay. As long if it lasts 18 months through October or whatever.
I'll just have him get another one.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay, yeah. And I'll let you know what they have in the office too.
All right, thanks.
Great question, Ruby. Do the kids typically buy girdle and belts? No, we provide that. That's part of the spirit pack, part of the athletic fee of $150. Is we give them, we don't want their returned girdle. I mean, it's just underwear, right? So guys can keep that. That's theirs. And then belts, we want the belts back, but we do give them a belt. If there's any other questions online, let me know in the next couple seconds here. I'm going to shut the feed down. I appreciate you all for jumping on board. Like I said, this is going to go on YouTube. I will then upload this to Remind, and you all can watch it if you missed anything or just wanted to hear something. All right. Hey, namaste. Much love. One Eagle. Rock and roll.